When you hit a lob, if you're trying to avoid your opponent, you're doing it all wrong. Let me show you what I mean. Now, this footage is courtesy of Tennis Tunes on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to their awesome channel. I've put their link in the description below. So we got Brett, the owner of this channel, returning serve. There he is at the bottom of the screen. Now, this is a really cool moment right here. We've got an inside-out forehand against a backhand, right? Or another way to say this is strength against weakness. And this usually creates a scenario where the approacher, the one attacking, is going to win the point. But the opponent is really smart, and he does something that if you copy, you are absolutely going to win more matches. Check out what he does. He doesn't try, you just saw the point, but he doesn't try to hit a winner with his lob and make the ball, bounce really deep in the court. Instead, he just hits the ball way up in the air. He gets Brett to hit the overhead from behind the service line, a rapidly descending ball, which is tough to time, and Brett ends up missing this ball. Look, your opponents are not taking lessons and asking the pro, hey, can you hit super high lobs, like crazy high lobs? And I'm going to hit overheads from no man's land. No one's practicing that shot. So guess what you get to do as the opponent of someone attacking you? You get to give them that, and they have no practice on it, and they're going to screw it up. So what ends up happening is the lob goes up super high, Brett misjudges it, and he ends up hitting the net. Now, this ball right there did not distract Brett. He, at the last second, he looks down and sees the ball, but he had no idea that it was coming. Now, here's the way you can actually measure if your toss is high. I'm sorry, if your toss is high enough. If your lob is high enough. That's another video. All right, what you want to do is put a timer down and see how long the ball stays up in the air. And what I would recommend when you're trying to hit, this is nothing but a defensive lob, but instead of trying to hit offensive lob for winners, hit more defensive lobs and just allow your opponent to screw it up. You win the same number of points, and it's actually easier. So what you want to do is time it so that when you make contact with the ball until contact, you're keeping the ball in the air for 2.5 seconds or more. Right? 2.5 seconds or more. So we're running the timer. Ball goes way up in the air. I mean, his opponent was not trying to win the point with the lob, like a winner lob. He's trying to just hit it super high and let Brett screw up the overhead, which he does. So look at that, 2.6 seconds, something I've noticed in my teaching. And I teach people and analyze people on video all the time. I meet with them live on Zoom or do stroke analysis, strategy analysis. And I've noticed that when a lob stays up in the air for more than 2.5 seconds, the success rate of the overheader just drops. It is so difficult to hit an overhead off of that rapidly descending ball. And what ends up missing, especially when you hit it that high, the ball tends to carry without you doing much into no man's land, and that ball is hit into the net all the time. So please, go out and film yourself playing matches. Look for moments that instead of trying to rip it down the line pass where you end up missing or trying to hit a perfect lob over their head that lands a few inches short, just hit the lob super high and look for moments that you could have done that or changed the way you played. I guarantee you start hitting really high lobs, forcing your opponent to screw up the overhead, you're going to win a lot more matches. So if you're a singles player and you're frustrated with your strategy and you feel like you're losing to players you should beat, like a pusher, then check out the Singles Playbook, where they show you how to beat the 7 most common playing styles in recreational tennis. You got the pusher, counterpuncher, aggressive baseliner, serve and volleyer, Dr. Feelgood, that's the slice and dicer and the junk baller, the all-court player, and then the southpaw, lefties. And they've got all of these plays, and at the top of each page is a QR code with a video that pops up showing you how to use and run that play against that style opponent. So if you want to play to your strengths while attacking your opponent's weaknesses, all while avoiding common errors, then check out the Singles Playbook. You can click the link on the screen right now. So click right there to check out the Singles Playbook so you can start winning more singles matches. Make sure when your opponent comes to the net that you often hit really high lobs. And if you do, there's no doubt you're going to gain confidence, win more matches, and play much better tennis. This is Ryan Reedy from 2MinuteTennis.net. You got this.